We're here at Digital Hollywood Spring 2013 with David Sharifi, who is an attorney specializing in many different areas of law, but focuses on crowdfunding and crowdsourcing issues, and will be on my panel later today. So I want to find out all the insights early on. So David, tell us a little bit more about yourself, your practice, and then crowdfunding issues.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. This is a wonderful event. I practice intellectual property law. I've been doing so almost exclusively for about 6 or 7 years, which in tech years is like 20 years. And we like to say that our law firm, LA Tech and Media Law, is optimized for tech companies. We focus on lean legal services that are hyper-focused on the transaction at need. Part of our practice is to help entrepreneurs and producers create intellectual property, protect that intellectual property, and then monetize it in an effective way. We're mostly a transactional firm, although once in a while we do get into a dispute resolution. And it's really fantastic. I think the tech world is just really going great right now, and there's so much opportunity in various industries, and I can't barely keep up. That's why I come to conferences like this. I can learn from the experts.
So I know you're prepared to address all of the SEC issues with crowdfunding later on, but give us a couple of tidbits that people should think about as they embark on the crowdfunding campaigns.
Absolutely. Well, the crowdfunding laws are changing tremendously. It's all due to the Jumpstart America Act, or JOBS for short. And basically the law up to now is that you are not allowed to solicit funding for a company without registering with the SEC, almost being like a public company. And those requirements are actually being relaxed a little bit so that startups mainly can raise essentially up to $1 million per year without registering as stringently with the SEC, and basically relaxing some of those requirements so that they can open up equity crowdfunding to the public. Right now, in 2013, donation-based crowdfunding is obviously legal and available and widely successful through campaigns on Kickstarter and Indiegogo and lots of other niche crowdfunding platforms that are developing right now. A really great real estate crowdfunding platform is opening up right now in DC. That's exciting. Got the name. But so the rules on soliciting funding for equity-based transactions are being relaxed. They're probably going to be a little bit more stringent than people want them to be next year once the SEC finalizes those rules. It's actually not legal yet to solicit funding for equity share without going through the traditional channels. But as soon as we expect those rules to be in place, perhaps in spring of 2014, and by then you should see a real tremendous spurt of different crowdfunding platforms that will be catered to various industries and have different qualities about them, and entrepreneurs are probably going to be overwhelmed by the options available, and I think it's just going to be great for innovation and creativity worldwide, so it's really exciting.
I guess one more question I'm going to ask you here is crowdfunding, donation-based versus equity-based. Why would one go equity-based route as an entrepreneur or filmmaker or production company that's trying to raise funds for a project?
That's a good question. I think rationally you would think that the number one reason that you would offer equity rather than just some type of donation is so that you can provide a better incentive for the investor to invest. I think that right now the crowdfunding space is filled with people that really like a project, they see the passion for the entrepreneur, and they decide to donate without really much thought to the return on investment. But once the equity side kind of opens up, I think it's just going to be very interesting because you're going to be offering not only elements from today's crowdfunding world, which is that passion and that spirit of innovation and wanting to see the entrepreneur succeed, but you're also going to incentivize the investor from a financial standpoint. And I think that is going to be very, very interesting in terms of evaluating different startups from a return on investment standpoint and donating or actually investing in that startup or production.
So would you say that maybe in the donation-based economy, you are sort of hitting your friends and family the most, right? And once it became equity-based, you may be able to hit investors that look at a portfolio of investments in a certain space.
I think that it's not, I don't think that there's a bright line rule in terms of how to solicit capitalization, whether it's from a donation or from an investment, whether it's friends and family or the general public. You can very well probably take out an ad in the New York Times today and promote your Kickstarter campaign for a donation-based crowdfunding campaign. Nonetheless, once the investor side opens up, there's definitely going to be kind of a systematic, there's going to be systems in place where you can evaluate startups and you can donate and really look at startups from a return on investment standpoint. I think today's crowdfunding campaigns probably get a lot of donation, I don't have the stats on this, outside of friends and family, but as we've been hearing on a lot of panels today in terms of best practices for a crowdfunding campaign, it seems like at least today, you do need an element of marketing cachet, if you will, to be able to kind of jumpstart, no pun intended there, your campaign. So whether it's friends and family or a customer base that you've collected or you have contacts to a celebrity, for example, there needs to be some kind of marketing push, otherwise your crowdfunding campaign won't be seen by much.
These are all just such food for thought ideas, and I look forward to many more thoughts that you have to share and knowledge that you have to share on the panel today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.